Hey guys, TJ here with the Lawn Dad channel. Thanks for joining us. So today we are at Rolux North American headquarters here in Kennesaw, Georgia, checking out some mowers. So we're gonna be walking through the warehouse. We're gonna be talking with Stu, gonna be talking with John. We're gonna be meeting them. But also, I hear we actually have a brand new mower we're gonna be testing out exclusively for this video. I'm very excited. So let's go on in. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to Rolux.
Thank you.
How you guys doing?
And you are?
I'm John Plasek. I'm President and CEO of Rolux North America.
Awesome. Well, it's good to meet you. I'm excited to do the tour.
Okay.
Where should we start?
Let's head right out to the production area.
All right, cool. How's it going?
I'm Stuart Williams.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
TJ.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Great
good to be in Georgia. All right, so we're in the production facility. So I'm with John and Stu. John, tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on right here. Pretty cool.
Okay, so what we do is all of our mower sub-assemblies are done at our headquarters in Johannesburg, South Africa. They're boxed up and shipped over here for final assembly. Over here, customers get to pick the engine that they want, the blade that they want. So we kind of do a build-to-order customization here. When the mowers are ready to go up on the assembly bench, they'll come in. We use this crane to lift them up and down. They're a little bit heavy, weigh around 160 pounds. Once the mower is up on the bench, you see here we actually have a slab of marble here, and we use that because that is perfectly flat. So what we're doing is we're adjusting the roller and the reel to make sure that they are absolutely perfectly aligned with each other.
That's pretty cool.
In the final assembly there. While they're working on this engine was put on here. This is a Briggs & Stratton XR950 engine, really one of their top-of-the-line commercial engines. But what you get a chance to see here in process is really the quality and the robust design we have. This is the only plastic part on the entire mower, and this is actually a number 63 nylon. It's a chain tensioner that will wear over time, but you'll see we have all chain drive, no belts, nothing to slip, nothing to adjust or expand. Everything is hardened steel. When you're looking at sprockets, our height adjuster, you get a good exposure here to see how the height adjuster works. These are professional machines. They're being used by turf care professionals out there, lawn care maintenance professionals out there, and they're being used by a lot of residential turf care fanatics out there. So we're really proud of what we're doing. Once the final assembly is done, all the adjustments are done, they'll do a little pull test on that. Then it goes back in the box, gets packed up, and we're dropping shipping all over the United States to Puerto Rico. So we're truly servicing all of North America from our operation here.
That's awesome. I love the no belts. Like belts are like the bane of everyone's existence. If you've reel mowed at any point in time, belts, they've either snapped, gotten loose, they've come off the pulleys, are the worst. So chains, like, that is a huge advancement in kind of like these residential to commercial mowers is going straight chain. And I think that's
this is a design that's been around for what, 60 years basically. Now it's been kind of refined and improved over the years, but the core design of this has been around for a long time. So while it's new to the North American market, it's really a proven design that's been out there for a long time.
I love the slab of marble, so that you know that you're setting the height of cut correctly. You know that each, the rear roller and the front roller are all, what would that be, parallel to each other, I guess?
Yeah, everything's got to be perfectly aligned, and they'll spend a lot of time doing that, and you see a lot of scraps of paper. It's a little messy at this point in time of the day, but they'll tilt that back and do a paper test.
Awesome.
And spend a lot of time on the adjustment. So when it goes out the door, all you need to do is put oil and gas in the engine and start cutting grass.
Please put oil in the engine.
Please put oil in the engine.
Do not start without it.
We actually include a bottle of oil with every one of them, so there's no mystery behind it.
Awesome.
You see a bottle of oil, put it in the engine.
Awesome. All right, so we're building the mowers and we're bringing them over here and staging them. So like over here, you kind of have like the orders set up to go out, right?
That's correct. So what we do is every morning our production manager, Corey, will stage all the orders here that are going out to residential turf care fanatics.
Awesome.
These are going all over the place, and then we're staging our dealer orders down this end.
Okay.
So these are going to go to Oklahoma, these are going to Nashville, those are going to Texas.
Sweet.
So we have a battle plan every day, and as organized as we can be, everything flows back to the overhead doors. If we walk this way a little bit, what you're seeing over on this side here, So all of this is our inbound inventory.
Okay.
So this is all of our mower chassis that we mentioned that were built over at headquarters.
Yep.
And they're staged right now in different models, different colors, different blades. So as the staging goes for production, what we're doing there is pulling exactly what we need.
So when a customer
back.
orders, you pick it from here, goes over there, is built, and then on the staging and out the door.
That's correct. Yep, everything
Easy
flows,
enough, right?
Yeah, it
That's
flows
easy enough.
upstream
Yeah.
and then it flows downstream. Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then, so what we already have here is these are orders that have already been completed.
Perfect.
These are getting ready to ship today.
Awesome.
And then what we have over here, these are pickup orders. So we have
Great.
local orders. This is a customer that's coming from Dallas, Georgia.
Okay.
And they're going to come over in their vehicle. We'll get them prepped and loaded up, and off the door they go.
So what's the most popular, I guess, color that you guys have? Is it red or black?
Black is outweighing red right now.
Okay, so black's in the running.
Yeah,
or
I'd
in the-
say
in
black
ahead.
is probably like a 65-35 type of
Okay.
split. Our X20 is probably slightly more of a seller than our 25. So
Okay.
our 20 is really popular, it's really maneuverable, it hits a sweet spot on a lot of residential
Yeah.
turf. Now, pro turf is pretty much all 25.
Big, yeah,
Yeah,
big.
25 's
Bigger
right,
is
right.
better there.
Sure, sure.
And then we talked about Honda versus Briggs, kind of
Right.
like a tie game right there too.
Yeah, Honda Briggs is almost equal. I mean, you know, Briggs makes a fantastic professional quality engine, 2-year commercial warranty.
Okay.
It's not a residential, so a vertical shaft mower is typically going to have a residential warranty on it. The mowers, the engines we're using, the XR series, all have a commercial warranty
Okay,
on it.
awesome.
So if you're a pro, you're covered under warranty for the life of it.
That's good to know.
Honda makes a great engine too. We offer that option right now, but it's pretty close to a 50-50 split.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's good to know. So I see some mowers right here. Are we gonna get to test these today?
Yeah, we're going to test. We're going to go out and play a little bit here.
We're gonna
Boys
get to
with their
mow,
toys.
bummer.
So what we have set up here, this is our X20 that we mentioned. We have our rib roller. We have an X25 we can pull out, take for
Awesome.
a test drive. This is our new XP30.
Jeez.
So this is a high-end commercial. This really is for turf care. We're doing a lot with baseball fields with this. They're doing infields with it because of the striping it can do
That's a
and the
beast.
mass that it's doing there.
And cricket
Yeah.
fields, right?
Cricket fields, yeah. It's one of our biggest market is cricket fields, rugby fields, globally. And so we're just entering the North America market with this, but it's an unbelievable
Man, this
machine.
is a big mower.
Yeah. And you guys,
Have y'all found any cricket fields in Georgia here?
no, we've seen crickets in the fields,
Yeah.
but no cricket fields.
I see what you did there.
So
It's a good long dad
baseball, the top application. So we have one of these going up to Philadelphia.
Okay.
We have 2 of them going to Wilmington, North Carolina. We have a great dealer in Wilmington, North Carolina, and they sold them to the city.
Okay.
So the city bought 2 of these to maintain the soccer fields.
Okay, that's
So it's pretty unique in what it'll do.
awesome. And then we've got a rotary, a standard rotary
Yeah,
here.
so
Tell me
you
about
guys are one of the first to see this here. So this
Oh.
is something that's launching this summer. It's not really a standard rotary. So this is a tri-blade, and we're really the only
Okay.
one that's selling a tri-blade. And if we roll that over, you see what a tri-blade is.
Holy cow.
So this is not a bar blade. So these are swing blades.
Okay.
So you actually have 3 cutting surfaces and they swing. The key element for that is that if your blade hits an ant mound, you hit a stump you didn't see or anything like that. If it was a bar blade, the impact, the shock goes right up through the shaft into the engine. If this hits anything, it's meant to swing out of the way.
So it has like a little bit of give. So if
It
you get
does.
a stick or a rock or something like that, you're not.
Yep. And you can
Killing it.
sharpen these, so
Okay.
you have the same amount of cutting space you would on a bar,
That's
but
true.
you have 3. These unbolt, so you can take this off and sharpen it, and if it's time to change the blade, you're not disassembling everything here that you would with a bar, but you have these.
Oh, wow.
And we have attachments here. You can convert this from cutting to dethatching.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
we
that
have
makes sense.
dethatcher combs that go on there.
Okay.
Switch them out and you can actually dethatch in
awesome.
season. And then it's best scalper. This will go down to 1/4 inch.
No way.
So a standard rotary mower will go down to 1.25 inches. So if you're your typical Murray, your typical Honda, Troy built, yeah, This is, you talk about lowrider, this is a lowrider.
It's a lowrider.
We should have some neon lights on there and be pushing this around.
I mean, this almost looks like fire on the side. So
there you go.
I see it.
There you go.
I see it.
You're right. And what's cool about this is just in terms of durability, it's all metal, comes with a solid grass box.
Yeah.
It's plastic, but you're not going to hurt.
You can't do that on a mesh.
No,
You can't do that on a mesh one, that's for sure.
So this is a special composite plastic. It's super strong.
Wow.
You can drop it. But what's cool about this, emptying, big mouth. Turn it over, empties quick.
It almost like fits into, so I'm thinking like scalping here.
Yep.
Like this just fits in one of those brown recluse bags
very
or whatever
easy.
it is.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look at the back of this door, a typical rotary mower has a tunnel on the side.
Yep.
This whole thing in the back is open.
Wide open.
So
it's
while
just
you're
allowing
cutting,
a ton of grass in.
Absolutely.
How's the suction on it?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very, very good. Yeah.
Wow,
The
great.
vac on this is tremendous.
Well, it is called a high vac.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. So
cool.
We'll take this outside. We're going to go outside and play with these in a little bit. We'll bring this around just so you can kind of see what it does. We're a little bit outside of scalp season.
Very cool.
So we've got some toys for the boys to play with.
Bummer, we got a mow today?
Yeah, we got a mow today.
Bummer.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do it. It's different, but the comfort's actually there. Yeah. It's actually comfortable.
And it tracks nice and straight.
Oh, yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Even on a slope, it doesn't want to go down.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely super powerful.
But here's the rail test.
Sure.
Loves hills.
Yep, it's like a billy goat.
It just boom.
Mind if I try it?
Oh, go for it.
All right. Let's go up the hill. Not bad. Goes up hills pretty good.
Yeah, and even when you're going sideways, that drum keeps it from sliding.
Yep.
You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it tracked pretty well going across the back,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's no slipping right here.
Right, you didn't feel like you had to keep steering it into the hill, you know?
No effort.
So you got a nice straight line, and then obviously with angles.
Yeah, these new mowers with that back rear drum being rubber is like such. If you have hills, it's a game changer.
And this, to me, in terms of control, is so simple.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah, it's just like a motorcycle or something like that.
Right.
That's how you control it. Well, I guess motorcycle you control like that.
Sure.
But
right.
yeah, it's almost like a clutch or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's natural. You don't have to figure it out. It's just natural.
Well,
right there.
You can start out and go full walking pace, and then if you come to an obstacle, you can still control your speed.
Throttle it a little
without
bit.
having to push it.
Yep.
You know, some other designs that have a separate lever and things like that.
Sure.
You're taking your hands off your control.
Sure. Yep.
This way, you never take your hands off.
It's all right here.
Control.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you can just go, you know.
Awesome.
So starting from the top, I'll just walk through some of the key features. Yeah. Number one is our handlebar design. Extremely comfortable. It's natural. Everybody that rode a bike from when they were 5 years old, it's just natural to have your hands here. Ergonomically, it's comfortable. You just walk up to your mower. What I like about it too is it allows you, if you were working in a tight spot and you wanted to see what you're doing, with a bar, you're kind of here. This, I can walk along with this mower as close as I want. And if I'm going up a hill or down a hill, I still have that control with that range of motion. So it's unusual. Some people look at it and they're like, I don't know. I am yet to have anybody put their hands on it and say, yeah, that's not for me.
Sure,
you know?
Yeah. I know it's like a huge, obviously you've seen the comments and stuff. You guys probably get it a ton.
Yeah.
So did you guys ever think about doing a bar like the US, or like is it that much better?
So we have a bar on the big commercial unit for different reasons, the way that works. But we have no plans at all in terms of going to a bar.
Yeah.
We just feel this is it. And even our commercial users are really embracing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've got lawn care, you know, maintenance people that are cutting grass 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's a lot less tiring.
So it may look different, but
Right.
comfortability is kind of
Sure.
a little bit more natural.
Right.
So maybe
Right.
just get used to it rather than change it.
Absolutely. and you saw yourself, you get used to it pretty quickly.
Oh, it's easy.
It's kind of natural. Now our throttle control is a click in, so you can set this to wherever you want.
And that throttle control, you don't have to always be doing it.
No.
You sort of just set the speed and then
Correct.
that's done.
Yes. So
Okay.
you're gonna start it up at idle. Once you bring it up a couple clicks, it's going to engage your reel and your self-propelled drive.
You don't need to touch it after
You don't
that.
need to touch
Okay.
it. Now, if we were going to be doing a lot of this slope where we need a few more cc's, a little more torque, just kick up your RPMs a little.
Yep.
But you only want to cut at an RPM that you need.
Sure.
There are some people that think, well, I'm going to get a better cut if I'm wide open. And it's not don't need to do that.
Right, right.
So the range of RPM, whether it's going to be on a Honda or Briggs, the clutch kicks in at around 1600 RPMs, and at a high end, it's 3800 RPMs.
Got it.
But you really don't need that. So your RPMs to get a good cut are still only around 34, 3300. So,
Okay.
and then we have our,
Yeah,
so
that's
this is
the
our
speed.
drive system.
Yeah.
It's simple. You're pushing, you can push it all day long. Never need to use this if you don't want. If you're in flat, you want to get your steps in. If you're working in a tight area, when you want your drive, the further you pull this in, the faster you're going to walk.
So it's like a dynamic drive system as opposed to just like a
Correct.
one speed only and that's
Correct.
it. Yeah.
Right. So what you can do is you can still set your RPMs on your engine to wherever you want them to be and still go very slow or fast without changing your throttle.
Nice.
So you set this to your cutting and then this is just your walking pace.
Got it.
So everything is in front of you. You never have to take your hand off of control. It's very well balanced when you need to turn. It's got a split vulcanized rear drive. So that drum has some ribs on it. So you get enough traction without ever tearing anything.
It's like a tennis shoe.
Exactly, sure. But it'll turn in and itself.
Yeah.
Without tearing up the grass. There's no rutting
Yeah.
or anything like that. So that drum, while not exclusive, it's kind of unique.
Yeah.
And other, you know, models we see out there are starting to embrace that.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, especially with hills, especially going sideways with hills.
Sure,
It's just
sure.
so much
Well,
traction. It makes sense.
You know, there are a lot of turf fanatics that are using a true greens mower.
Yep.
You know, a
Metal
Deere,
drum.
a Toro, whatever. That drum is a smooth metal drum.
Oh, it slides.
It slides, exactly.
It slides.
And it's meant for just a simple undulating surface. But the minute you get any kind of slope, it's not meant to grip. And people are kind of fighting it and stuff.
They fight it because people say you have to have a green, if you're going to get into real mowing, you have to have a greens mower.
Right.
But that's not the case.
Sure.
Because some people actually have hills that greens mowers can't do.
Right tool for the job. If you have a putting
yeah.
green, get a greens mower. If you're
Absolutely.
taking care of turf, get the right. We have golf courses using these for tee boxes, approach areas, collars, a lot of different applications on a golf course where triplex doesn't make sense.
Right.
So control and easy. The other 2 points here, this is your height of cut adjustment.
Yep.
Just simple. You turn this down, you have an indicator over here showing your height going up and down.
Yep.
You loosen this here, goes down.
Yep.
Typically, most people are just going to set it and forget it.
Sure.
But depending on the season, when you want to adjust it, there's no complicated tools or anything. You just give this a twist. It's a little firm to tighten, and that's because you don't want it to creep while you're using
Exactly.
it. You know?
Yeah, you don't want it to move.
Right.
So
And
I'd
we
rather be
do
tight than loose.
We have this sample installed with our rib roller.
Yeah.
So our rib roller, it's all machined aluminum. It has bearings on the side. It's meant for a lot of use. There's 2 benefits to a rib roller. One of them, if you're maintaining a higher height of cut, what this does is it acts like a cold.
Yeah.
It's actually preparing the blades of grass to enter the reel. If you have a smooth roller on higher height of cut, what it does is when it goes over, it pushes the grass blades down, and then this gap between there and there, they don't snap back up.
Right.
So by having this, what it actually is encouraging them to stay vertical, it enters the reel,
Yep.
and you get a much better cut.
Yep.
The other advantage of the rib roller is it helps it to track straighter.
Yep.
So just like we were talking about the smooth drum and traction, a smooth front roller, if you have slopes and if the grass is dewy, that front roller will skid a little bit.
Yep, could skate a little bit, yeah.
So the rib roller, no matter what your height of cut is, there's benefit to that.
Yeah.
We offer it in both options. People say, why don't you just do one or the other? Some people want a smooth, and that's great. We got that.
Yeah.
Their application, that's what it works for.
Yep.
So we have a smooth and we have a rib option on that. Beyond that, no fuss, no muss, nothing to maintain. There are a couple grease fittings on the top and here. So there's 3 grease fittings, half a pump of a grease gun once a month. That's
Good to go.
Just keep it clean and backlap as you need to backlap.
As far as inches goes, what's the lowest and highest this thing can cut?
So this will go from 0.15. So an eighth is 0.13. So you're just a hair above an eighth of an inch at your bottom.
Yep.
And that's 4 millimeter. And at your top, you're at 1.42.
Okay.
Almost an inch and a half.
Almost an inch and a half, yeah.
And we have what's called a low cut bed knife.
Yeah.
So this bed knife is a 4 millimeter cut bed knife.
Okay, so nice
we
and
have
thin.
a 2 millimeter.
Okay.
So if you're really crazy, but we have golf courses using them to maintain putting greens. And so you're going from that eighth of an inch to a 16th.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can get really putting green height on it.
All right, sweet.
So yeah, and that's simple. It's just a couple screws to swap that out.
Obviously, you'd want to be in like the higher blade count to if you wanted to maintain a green, you'd want to be a higher blade count.
Sure, yeah,
than,
right.
what is
And
this,
that's
an
why
8 or
our
a 9?
25 has a 12 blade.
Yeah.
9 and a 6.
Okay.
And our 20 that we're looking at here has a 6 and a 9 option.
Okay.
So typically anybody that's doing a putting green or using it in larger surfaces, they want the width, and then they would go with the blade, the 12 blade.
Yep. Cool.
And one key point to make, you know, there's a lot of discussion out there when it comes to sharpening and maintaining the reel.
Yeah.
And there's 2 types of grinding. So there's spin grinding and there's relief grinding. And there's, you know, this faction out there, it's got to be one or it's got to be the other. And in truth, it's whatever your reel is designed to be.
Right.
The thickness and the hardness of our steel is very thick.
This is like massive.
Right. This is not meant to be relief grinded. When you relief grind, you actually have more of a point, which is awesome when you're maintaining really low height of cut and doing putting greens and things like that.
Sure.
But if you're doing turf care maintenance, and you know, the majority of our customers are maintaining from 3/8 up. That's why we have this really thick blade on here, and it's meant for a spin grind.
Yeah.
So it's not that one is better than the other, it's the application and the need for it.
Realistically, people should be, but realistically, people are cutting like half an inch.
Correct.
Between half an inch and an inch.
Yep.
If you're going lower,
sure,
you're probably more so looking at greens mower. You're arguing that a greens mower is better.
Right.
But for the most part, people should be cutting between half an inch to an inch anyways. So like, that's where this comes into play. It's a spin grind, which is good for it.
So we design ours specifically for spin.
Yep.
And it's not that one is better than the other. It's just the application.
Sure.
And so we try and help people understand why we do spin grinding and not relief grinding.
Yep.
Relief is just meant for a different type of application.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes sense. So I'm really excited about this one. So this is like the rotary mower that we looked at in there. Rotary mower that can go down to 1/4 of an inch. Name one rotary mower that can go down to 1/4 of an inch. You're not going to. So this is super cool. I'm excited to use this one. So let's take it for a spin.
Yeah, so we have the height of cut set right now. We just used the X20. We're cutting at somewhere right now, right around a half an inch. We have that set, and you can fire it up.
So I'm cutting this at half an inch.
Right now we're set just about a half an inch, maybe a hair under.
Using a rotary mower at half an inch.
Sure.
Let's rock and roll.
Fire away.
All right. Half an inch.
What do you think? Pretty crazy, huh?
That's pretty crazy. I'm actually like very excited about this.
So now if we take a look in the box, so you captured all your clippings. You got that nice wide mouth. It's the right size to
going
dump
right
there.
in the bag.
But you look at what we just picked up and how much we were cutting off.
It chunked off a lot.
Yeah, but it gets a nice, so if we just take a look at that blade right there,
Yep.
you can see how sharp that cut was there. So it doesn't tear like a typical rotary mower. The blades are a little bit finer. So once you get down, you're getting a really, really nice cut.
Yeah, that blade is not like cut like a normal rotary.
Yeah, where it gets all jagged like more of a
It looks more like a real mower kind of cut, which is actually kind of impressive.
Yeah. And now, so what we spoke about earlier, these are the detaching blades.
Yeah.
So the blades that are underneath there, you unbolt and you put these in. You see how these are bent like that?
Yep.
So what happened here is that this is just going to go down and comb it. You're going to raise your height of cut. And as this rotates through the grass, it's just going to pull up the thatch that's in there. So you're just going to adjust your height till you get where you want it. Typically, you're going to put your height of cut right underneath there, and you can dethatch.
That's awesome.
So quick and easy, and you can do that. And while you're dethatching, you're actually capturing all your the thatch in there instead of leaving it out. A lot of dethatchers leave it on the surface.
Yeah.
Then you got to come back and suck it up.
Well, it sucks right in here, puts it right in the bag.
Quick
spring,
and easy.
My spring scalp just got a whole lot easier.
Yeah. So it's an awesome design. It's all metal on the back here. We're powering this exclusively with the Briggs & Stratton. So this is a 163cc engine. It's got the just check and add. Fantastic, powerful engine.
Awesome. So this guy you said is for like massive fields, turf, soccer pitches.
Sure.
Like this is perfect
not
application.
a typical residential, although we do have some residential owners that have put their order in.
Yeah.
But they're just big plots of land.
Sure.
This is ideal for big flat areas, although it'll climb that hill without a problem.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It has an independent control for the blade and for the drive, so you can drive it to point A to point B. We don't have the grass box out here, but that fits in the front.
Yep.
And these arms shift. So when it's installed, these help the box because it's massive.
Of course.
And then for storage or when you're not using the box, they just flip up.
What is the Protea?
So Protea is a flower exclusive only to South Africa.
Okay.
So it was a name that was picked up with this here.
Cool.
So it's got a lot of history, and it was actually named after a Greek god.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
Which has a lot of other cool history. So it's just something that's a tie-in back to our company being in South Africa. We call this the XP30. So that's our X series, and this is the step of our XP series. XP starts at 30, and we actually go bigger.
So it's 30 inches wide. So that's a massive cut, massive stripes. That'd
ideal for soccer fields, rugby fields. We have some businesses or cities that are using it to maintain baseball diamonds now.
Yep.
We have a couple universities I can't mention yet that just ordered them for maintaining their baseball fields.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's great. We can fire it up and do a little demo. You can see what it's like.
Let's do a couple stripes. Nice. That thing's got some gnarly stripes going on right there.
Yeah, I mean, it gets an unbelievable cut. It's a little jumpy right now. The clutch is brand new.
Yep.
But it's just meant for long, big, wide areas.
Yeah, not trees and shrubs and kids' toys.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want to be turning in a whole lot. But it tracks on its own. I was doing nothing really to see it, and we got some nice straight cuts out of it.
Yep.
And go up a hill, no problem.
Nice. Awesome. That's a beast, man. That's,
Protea XP30, it'll be in stock in second week of June.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You'll have my order in.
Okay.
Well, thanks guys for joining us here at Rolux North America. I had an awesome time touring the warehouse, meeting all the guys, seeing their process. If you have any questions, please reach out to these wonderful gentlemen right here. Again, it's John and Stu. anything you guys need, ask them questions. They'd be happy to answer it. They are wonderful at customer service. They're super in tune to their customer market, answering questions, emails. So if you have any questions, please reach out to them. So thanks guys for having us.
Absolutely.
been an
Support
awesome
at RoluxGlobal.com. Support at RoluxGlobal.com. We've got a great team. We'll answer real quick to you.
There you have it.